Chaos. Oh, there's the rain. The trauma got to me this time. I have beef with this laptop. Hello guys. It has been... Let's not even talk about how long it's been. It's been forever. I got busy with things and then I filmed a bunch of videos and then I didn't have time to edit them and they're just sitting in my laptop waiting to be edited. I also have so many videos in my camera roll that I just haven't uploaded even to my laptop. It's just chaotic right now. So I thought, seeing as though it's November, we're in the second last month of the year, we need to get back into the group so we can go into 2026 with a bit of a more put together life, because this is chaos, let's just say that. Anywho's, it is currently the 2nd of November. It's a Sunday, which means we're going into a week. Start of the week, which means start of a vlog. It is nighttime, so sorry for the horrific lighting. Hopefully you can hear me with the fan. I apologize if not. But yes, it has been forever. So this week we are going to be doing a monthly reset / week in my life. We shall see how this video goes. The plan for this week, just, you know, letting you know, I have an exam tomorrow in the afternoon and then a friend's birthday for dinner, so that should be fun. I'm very excited. And then for the rest of the week, we're not really doing much. I have work Thursday, Friday, maybe Melbourne Cup on Tuesday, that's still undecided. And I fear I have more planned for the week, but I'm unaware of these plans, if that makes any sense. Can you see how chaotic my life has been? I don't know what's happening and when what's happening. Let's just say that. So yeah, shall be interesting what's happening. Anywho's, to start off this beautiful reset vlog, we have to do what I always have to do, which is clean and unpack. Usually it's an unpacking job because usually my room is not messy when I come to the next house, you know. There was a door smacking, I apologize. I'm going to go fix that right now. Hold. Apologies. There is a storm brewing. If you hear thunder, that's what that is. I'm hoping the thunder isn't too loud where it ruins my mic and you miss a talking clip of me. If that happens, I apologize. I will put a little note of what I'm saying if I can remember what I said, because I talk a lot, down the bottom so you are aware of what I'm trying to say. Anyways, as I was saying, we need to clean the room because usually it's clean. However, I left it in a state of catastrophe, I think. I just realized I was explaining the storm because the wind was blowing into the room and slamming the door. Sorry, I completely forgot about that. Anyways, back to the point. Jesus. Chaos. Yeah, we're organizing, cleaning this room. It's a mess. There are 25 pop balloons on my floor. Orange balloons popped on my floor because I had a Halloween party last weekend and I blew up 25 orange balloons to turn them into pumpkins, and then proceeded to realize the next morning I actually should not have blown them up and I had to make the pumpkins while blowing them up. Like blow it up a little, put the string on and then blow up so that it blew into the form of the pumpkin. I fucked that up, so then I had 25 blown up balloons and I just left them and I popped them just before. It was very therapeutic. I wish I had a clip of that to chuck in. I do not, and I will not be blowing up 25 balloons just for the clip. We need to reset this room because let me give you a little tour of the mess, shall we? We never usually do this, but we will. So number one, we have my desk filled with all of my Halloween stuff plus Lego. Then we have my bed with basically just my moving stuff. We have the thousands of balloons on my floor. There's just pieces of balloons. And then we have a wash bar to put away on top of my books. So basically, a quick clean, but a clean nonetheless. And also an unpack because exam tomorrow. My exam's at 5:30 in the afternoon though, so I'm not fully stressed about that one. I have plenty of time tomorrow. So I'm focusing on doing this. Oh, there's the rain. I love storms. I don't know if you know this about me, but I love storms. I love a good storm. I love a strong storm that shakes the house. It will probably scare a lot of people. I love it. So I'm going to try and actually read this afternoon because I'm in a reading mood with all these storms. I've been reading a lot more than normal, kind of crazy. By a lot more than normal, I mean I'm actually reading because I haven't read it forever. But yeah, I have to do a few things to reset, at least today, and then throughout the week we'll reset a little bit more. My room is one of them. I am also going to catalogue all of my books that I own with photos into either a Notion or an Excel spreadsheet. I still have to work that out, just because when I go shopping, I go like op shopping or whatever, and I'm in the op shops and I'm like, I don't know what books I have. Then I'm scouring my camera roll for the last time I took a photo of my bookshelves, because I take a lot of photos of my bookshelves, scrolling to find what books I have, and I ended up double purchasing a book. Let me get it for you. Got another copy of Divergent. Are we shocked? No, but I already actually have this copy, and I had a hunch I already had this copy, but last time I thought I had a copy of something and I didn't buy it. I didn't actually have that copy, and I haven't been able to find that book since. So let's just say the trauma got to me this time. Basically, once I organize my room, I am going to reset my books as well, just so that I'm on top of my book stuff, because we have a lot of books circulating and I haven't updated my Notion in so long that I don't know what's in my Notion and what's not in my Notion. And my Notion is a great place to keep track of things, whether it's like what type of books I have, how many books I have, how many books I've read, how many books I haven't read, how many are part of a series, yada yada yada. I have so much information on books in my Notion, so that is another thing that I will be resetting. But yeah, I am going to set you guys up, and then I am going to clean like my life depends on it, because it kind of does. I told my mum I'd already cleaned my room. Sorry mum if you're watching this, I had not cleaned my room, I lied. So I am going to clean my room now. Okay, the room is pretty much done. Gotta make sure it's still filming. That didn't actually take me that long. Okay, that only took like 15 minutes. Yeah, I'm like 22 minutes in. I'm pretty sure I was 7 minutes into the video when I started cleaning. It took me about 15 minutes to clean my room. It is pretty much done. Obviously, there's a few things that are still like there's a lot on my desk. There's stuff up here that needs to get sorted, and that's the bin bag to go out. But I will do that later, because right now we're going to do books, which is what this stack up here is for. This stack is my books that I'm going to put into here because they're all red books. I need to put them into here, and then I'm going to catalogue my books. This is Izzy's present, and then this is, well, it was our voting box for Halloween, but now it contains all my little cutout letters to put in the picture frames that are in that pile there. And I cut out a bunch of like sticker type things, like scrapbooks, and they're like laying on top of the frame how I want them, which, because my fan is on, they are blowing around. So the top one seems to not have lost anything, so I like stacked them all, and that's where they're at. But I took a photo of everything, so I know where it's supposed to go. I'm gonna have to take it off anyways when I put it actually into the frame, but you know, don't want to lose anything. Anywho's, I also chucked all my Halloween stuff in our, where is it, our wash basket. I have to go to the shops and buy like those like 10-litre container type things. We used to have them in the playroom. I'm gonna get one of those and put all the Halloween decorations into that, so that every year it's just like whip out, chuck it up. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm now gonna do my book cataloguing, but because it's specifically my books and obviously down here, I'm gonna change the angle as best I can, which is why I started refilming. Like, I've done a little talking clip instead of just going straight into sorting my books. And I'm obviously watching YouTube. Okay, we've changed to my Noah Khan shirt, my pajamas essentially. So we're now gonna catalogue all of these books and reorganize with this stack of red books. This bookshelf right here is one of my most prized possessions because it does have all of the books that I've read. And then my book trolley, which is off screen right now, but you'll probably see it a little later, is all my unread books, which is a lot. I am going to watch YouTube. I would have wanted to watch YouTube like cataloging and YouTubing is probably not the best mix because I need my laptop screen to look for the cataloging, but that's fine. Anywho's, I am now going to catalog all of these, and do not mind my posture. Do not comment on it, please. Okay, let's try this again. I got a storage issue, of course. Haven't filmed in a while, I kind of forgot about those. Anywho's, we did not get very far, we've done one quadrant. Okay guys, my Wi-Fi is not working, so I've given up on trying to do this because nothing is working.
Hello everybody, ignore this atrocious lighting. It's gonna get more atrocious. I don't know if this is atrocious or not, but there's a light on, so there might be glare in the background. Most likely there will be glare in the background. Anyways, it is now Saturday. I have not done anything all week because my not so chaotic week turned into a very chaotic week in terms of socializing. Also, if my voice sounds weird at any point, I'm getting sick. I have a sore throat. I've been really sneezy recently. And I got home from my exam today and my throat is so sore. But anyways, I thought I would film because I haven't filmed all week because I've been going and I've been tired, which I think is another reason I'm getting sick, is because I'm tired. My week so far has been Monday. I had my exam in the afternoon and then I went over to Izzy's for her birthday. So a hectic afternoon and like the whole day, because my exam was at 1:30, like I don't really wake up that early. So I pretty much woke up, got ready, went to uni. Got home at like 12:30 I think at night. And then Tuesday was Melbourne Cup day, and that day was also supposed to be chill. So the race was at 2 and I needed to go to the shops and I had the car on me, so I thought, oh perfect, I'll go up to the shops. So I dropped my mum up to the shops at about like 11 o'clock I want to say, and my original plan was to go to the shops after I dropped her, like drop her and park. But I didn't really have time to get changed, so I dropped her and then I came home, got changed, and then my sister just decided to tell me, oh, I'm actually inviting my friends over. And then she was like, can you do this in terms of food preparation? And being the nice sister that I am, I offered to help her. So I set up all her food and whatnot, and then I had to leave because I was like, shit, it's getting closer to 2 o'clock and I still have to go shopping. Should I have continued to go shopping? Probably not. What I probably should have done is, I wasn't even fully dressed in the clothes I was wearing to Melbourne Cup. What I should have done is just got changed into the stuff I'm wearing to Melbourne Cup and then gone shopping. But alas, I did not think like that. I have zero time management sometimes, like I'm so time blind. Anyways, I went to the shops, I bought the things that I needed to buy. Let me give you, I bought a book and like a 52 litre I think tub. The 52 litre tub is for all my Halloween decorations so that they're in one tub together. It's currently sitting in my garage. I need to put it under my stairs, but in order to put it under my stairs I need to reorganize things, and that's a lot of effort, so I've been waiting to do that, and I don't know when that's gonna happen. Probably when we do Christmas decorations at the end of this month, because we'll be moving stuff out and then I can set it up, move it back in, if that makes any sense. I also want to get a label maker so that I can label the stuff under the stairs, so it's way easier to find stuff when it gets to it. But that's just my little like OCD cataloging brain. My Notion, for some reason my laptop's having a real big problem with opening files from like my, you know, like when you like upload something and you have to like find it in File Explorer to upload that document to something, it every single time without fail, no matter if it's on Notion or somewhere else, it tells me that it's not responding and it takes forever to load through. So don't really know what the issue is with that right now. I think I'm gonna have to restart my laptop. and try again. Can't remember if I restarted my laptop for this problem or if it was a different problem I restarted for, so we got to sort that out. But yeah, so I went to the shops, grabbed the things, literally came home and I was like, shit, it is like 20 to 2. I need to go because it takes like 20 minutes to get there. Anyways, I really quickly got changed, ran downstairs. I literally didn't even have my shoes on. I was putting my shoes on in the car. There was no parks in the car park. I should have just known that and gone straight directly onto the street, but I didn't. I went around the car park, didn't work. Anyways, went down a side street. There was a park like at the first side street, which I was very thankful for. And then I like ran up and I got the very end of the race. Little disappointing that I missed it, but also I don't watch the Melbourne Cup. I really don't care. I was really just there for the vibes. Went there, we hung out all afternoon. I think I got home at like 5:30. Like it was late. We left at about 5:10. So yeah, I would have got home at about 5:30. And then I can't remember what I did in the afternoon, but that was that. And then Wednesday was Dancing with the Stars day. So Kira came over, we watched Dancing with the Stars. And then after Dancing with the Stars, I kind of chilled and relaxed and de-socialized because we were socializing after dinner. And I quickly ate dinner in the afternoon, and then I had to catch the bus to get to Yochi, which when I'm catching the bus, I always have to leave way earlier than I'm in the car. So I literally ate my dinner and then like immediately left to get to Yochi on time. I was incredibly stressed. I don't know what was wrong with me, to be honest with you. Went to Yochi, had fun, got home late again. We're never home early. Literally every time I catch up with people, we're home way later than expected. I literally was like, it's only going to be a couple hours. Think we were there for 5. Not at Yochi, we went for a walk, which I said we'll go to Yochi and then we'll go for a walk. So yeah, you done barking? That was that. Got home and then I got home at like 1:30. Probably 1 o'clock actually. 1:30 might be a bit of an exaggeration, but it was like well after midnight. Like it was like, I think it was 20 to 1 when we left. So yeah, it would have been just a little bit after 1. And I had work at 8 a.m. the next morning. Well, that morning really. So, and I hadn't really had sleep going into that day because for some reason Tuesday night I could not get to sleep. I was on my phone until like 5 a.m. I could not fall asleep. Like every time I shut my eyes, I'd lie there for like half an hour and it wasn't working, so I'd go back on my phone. I eventually like got off my phone because I was like, oh, the time, like I need to go to bed. I got off my phone and I realized how bright it was outside. It's literally like the brightness that it is. Oh, that's a bit harsh. It's a bit gloomy outside, but it's like a little bit bright, you know, like when it's just getting sunlight. Not, the sun hasn't risen yet, it's just that little bit of light in the morning. The birds start going off. Yeah, it was that time in the morning. I went, oh shoot, I need to go to bed because I need to be up because I was watching Dancing with the Stars, which we thought was at 10 but it was actually at 11, so I had to be up way before 10 so that I was ready. Went to sleep and I woke up literally every hour for some reason, like waking up thinking I had to be somewhere and then realizing I didn't, like that wasn't for like a couple hours, and I go back to bed, and it happened like literally every hour. It was really random. I don't know what my brain thought was so important that I had to wake up for, but I remember being like, I woke up and I was like, oh no, I'm not going to do that. I don't need to wake up that early. But I don't know what that other thing was that my brain conducted, but anyways, that happened. So I hadn't had a good night of sleep the night before going into that. Then we were up late and then I had to get up at 8 a.m. So Thursday I was so buggered. Like I worked 8 hours, I think my shift was. Yeah, I worked 8 hours. I'd walk to work in the morning, which means I had to leave earlier than if I was driving. Like I have to leave when I wake up usually. So I was actually slightly late for work because I left my house a little bit too late because I woke up late, obviously. Later, not late. Got to work, worked my 8 hours, then came home, walked home, and then I was bugging. My feet were dead, my back, my hips, every part of my body ached. Every pain that I've ever had in my entire life was aching. My shoulders have been acting up recently. I will say this shoulder does its weird, like, feels like it like takes longer to move around in the socket or whatever when I sneezed earlier, so I think maybe that's why my shoulders were hurting. Anyways, came back, I was not feeling well. Once again, sneezing. I don't know where the sneezing's coming from. And I was not feeling well, so I literally like was up in my room in the dark, like ready for bed. But I didn't end up going to bed until like midnight, even though I was really tired. And then Friday was actually a decently good day, but once again, worked for 8 hours. worked for 8 hours and then came home, and I was like relatively fine. But I had to eat dinner and I had to go to Dad's because my exam this morning was at like 8 a.m. and it was 8 a.m. in the city. And from this house, I technically can get in for 8 a.m. but it's a Saturday, so buses are a lot less. And also I can't, like, I'd have to wake up extra early to get into uni, you know? And to get in before my exam, because I obviously don't want to be getting there at 8. So I went over to Dad's. I got to Dad's at like 8:15 at night, and then wrote my study notes out for the exam because we were allowed 2 A4 sheets of paper. So I wrote those out and then went to bed, and then woke up in the morning tired, woke up today tired, and then went for my exam, and I've come home, and now here we are. That's a 10-minute recap. That's my little recap of my past couple of days. So apologies for not filming. This reset is not going very well, but we are about to lock in. Anyways, the reason I started filming is because I want to make a mocha, because like I don't know if I would like it or not, and I want to know. So my plan is I'm going to because we have Milo in the cupboard, my plan is I will make like a cold Milo. I'll fill this up with ice and milk, my normal ratio of milk, and then pour that milk out so I know the perfect amount of milk that I like with my coffee. Mix that with the chocolate and then pour my shot of espresso like normal. That's my plan. Don't know how all this execution is gonna go, but yeah. Cheers. It's like lessened the taste of the coffee, but I still can't taste the chocolate. Like it's like, it doesn't taste like an iced coffee, but if you handed this to me, I wouldn't suspect that you put chocolate milk in it. What are you looking at? I'm gonna feed her. I think that's why she's looking at me funny. She doesn't even want to. What are you doing? What are you doing? Anyways, I tried to start watching Modern Family. I'm bored. I can't watch it. Literally, I was doing something else the whole time I was watching it. I don't even remember what it was. All I know is, why are you chasing me? All I know is I was distracted by my phone to watch the show. And usually at the start, you're like into the show. I'm on episode 3 and I'm already bored. Okay, first of all, little update for you guys. It started tasting more chocolatey as I'm drinking it now that it's sat there for a little while. Stewed. Tasting more chocolatey, less coffee-y. It just tastes, I don't know. It doesn't taste like a cold Milo, but it does. That makes sense. Anywho, I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. Hello guys, it is now Wednesday. Awkward. So it's the 12th of November and I started this video on the 2nd. I'm pretty sure it was the 2nd, the Sunday. Yeah, I started this video on the 2nd. It is now the 12th. It has been a long video for a reset. It should have only been a week, but here we are. The Notion isn't working. My laptop won't open my files in a fast manner. It takes 100 years for something to open. Maybe it's a storage issue. I don't know. But yeah, that's the current predicament we're in. The next predicament is the state of my room, which honestly at Mum's it would look small, but because Dad's room is small, it's worse. Hello guys, it is now the 22nd of November. We started this vlog on the 2nd from memory. So at this point, this vlog is just a monthly reset of taking the entire month. Now, why did I start filming, you may ask? Because I have a task today. It is currently 10:52. Oh, you can see it on my watch. Hey, I have a watch now. Oh, I'm in the background. Oh, 10:52, 22nd of November, just for real hard evidence. The dog is asleep on the couch. The reason I am filming is because it's actually relatively early. I've been up since 6:30.
Have I accomplished anything? No, but I've been up since 6:30 because I dropped my mum up to the shops so that she can go to work. She catches the bus to work, and I needed the car today because it is Saturday and it's the end of November, which means schoolies. Jesus, my hair looks insane. So I dropped my sister to her mate's house so that they can all head up to schoolies. They haven't even checked in yet because their check-in time is 12. I don't know what time they were planning on getting up there, but yeah, I need the car to drop her there, and now I just have the car all day, which is great. Not so great for my bank account because knowing I have the car means like I'll like be thinking of doing things, but great in every other manner of the word. Anyways, my task for today, I've been trying to do this task for a little while, over a month. No, under a month. Right, let's go on another journey, shall we? My garage. We have a spot under, let me flip the camera around, hang on. This is our garage, relatively organized. Anywho's, we have a spot underneath our stairs to go upstairs, obviously, where we store everything, right? It's our storage space. So this entire thing used to be in our playroom because we used to use the playroom, which is on that side of the wall, but it's now Jack's game room / bedroom when people are using his room. As you can see, we have an inflatable that's been deflated. I don't even know if that's accessible. Anyways, this is where we store all our Christmas decorations. This is our Christmas tree. And then, yeah, this is just our storage. These containers, as you can see, are not in storage because I had to pull them out to find stuff. Over there is a container filled with Halloween stuff that I used last month for my Halloween party, which was, yeah, pretty much a month ago at this point. I bought that container to store stuff in, so that's got all our Halloween decorations in it. The issue is I can't put anything back in here because it's so unorganized. Which brings us for the task for today. Organize this space. This is what I'm doing today. We used to have the TV in this room. My brother, this is now a fridge spot, but we used to have like a chest of drawers here that were like old and the drawers barely even opened. And my brother this used to be his gaming area. So he used to game in here and I would play Minecraft in here. Throughout the whole of 2020, 2021, maybe even 2019 even. But yes, that is the plan for today, and I thought I would bring you guys with me because at this point this video is just going to be clips until I can edit again because my laptop's not being the best with editing. I finally got my CapCut to work again, but yeah. Anywho's, recently acquired a new purchase in the form of a label maker. I also acquired a purchase of a barcode scanner so that I can scan all of my library books. Not library books, all of my books that I own into a database. And I just scan the ISBN. Feel like a little librarian. But I might possibly even use this downstairs to have an inventory of everything that lives in each of the boxes. I'm going to use my label maker to label all of the boxes that we have, so it's way easier to find things. You just can go down the list and be like, okay, this is what I need. I'll pull up these boxes. What I want to do is I want to create an inventory of what is in each of the boxes. Preferably with this, because this will make it nice and faster to input everything. But if that doesn't work, I want to do that. And then I don't really know how you do this, but I then want to generate that list into a QR code, which I can put on the box, and then you can scan it and it'll pull up on your phone every item you have in the box. That's my plan. Don't think that's going to work, and I'm probably going to give up halfway, but I have time, so yeah. I want to read today, and I will read today, but I want to get this task done first because this is probably the only time for a little while that I'll be able to do it all before we have to pull up the Christmas stuff anyways, and I kind of want to do the inventory of it before Christmas. My original plan was to wait until we pulled everything out for decorating for Christmas to do it, because like we'll pull everything out for a reason instead of pulling it out for no reason. But I don't think that'll be happening because of mum wants this done, so we're getting it done. Anyways, I'm going to, oh, I said I had to put on that washing, didn't I? Shit, should probably do that. Okay, I'm going to grab the laundry. Okay, I have no clue where I'm going to set you guys up because it honestly is going to, like, I'm going to have to set you up somewhere so you can watch. But I may not be able to film everything because I know this is going to take me a long while and I don't want to waste too much storage because I don't know, like, I don't think I've culled much, but I've had like storage issues and then I've been fine, so I don't really know, to be honest. I will tell you one thing, it is hot as balls in here because it is a garage, not a room. So I can't even turn a fan on, but oh wait. I think my best strategy is to pull everything out into the open space in my garage. So I'm gonna set you guys up on my gas, like my petrol filler. Why do we have one of them? I don't know, but like, if you're ever broken down and you need me to bring you petrol, text me and I'll bring you that. Anyways. There we go. Does that work? Oh, she's licking my back. As you can. Can you guys see? Let me see what you can see. Okay, I think you can see. You can see the doggy. I have a coffee in the fridge, so I'm gonna grab my coffee and then I'm gonna pull everything out so that I can organize it. Okay, change of location. Update. We have done 2 boxes only. I know, crazy. It's been, well, it's 12:20, so yeah. Anyways, we've done 2 boxes. This did not work as much as I wanted it to, which is really sad. Not fun at all. All I've done now is I've just turned it into a PDF so that I can upload the PDF with everything written out. Do I wish that I'd taken photos of everything? Yes, and I might still do that. But for now, all I've done is I've just like labeled the boxes, what they are. So this box here that you can't see is Christmas ornaments, so obviously I put Christmas ornaments. Obviously there's a few of them that have more than that. So there's like, the lights for going around the tree are also in this box, you know? But I just put Christmas ornaments because that's what, everything in here is Christmas ornaments. Just the lights are the only thing that's not Christmas ornaments. Then in that big box over there is all our like decorative lights. So I just named that Christmas one because I was like, there's too many things for me to put in because it's decorative lights plus also like, oh, like giant stockings, like there's a range, okay? And I'm gonna have the QR code underneath for you to scan and see what is in there specifically. Which like, if I had a photo, it would be better, but I didn't take the photos. I was like, yeah, it's gonna take up too much storage. I'll put this on the box later. I can't be bothered leaning over there. Anyways, the reason I started filming, 1, because the washing's done. 2, because we found, by we, I mean me. I found the box. And by found, I mean I knew it was in here. With all our kids' toys that my mum kept when we emptied out the playroom. I loved this as a kid. My first ever phone. Oh, it doesn't work. Anyways, I'm gonna hang out the washing because it's done. And I also think the sky's cleared up. It looked like it was gonna rain, but now I don't think it is. Hello guys, I've just realized I never actually filmed a before and after. So hopefully the clips that I got before showed a little bit of the before. I'm not doing this half of the garage, just so you know. This has to be a group effort because there's so much stuff that's shared between people, and I'd have to check with mum if I could get rid of it, because like personally I'd get rid of this, but mum would say no. There's stuff also under the stairs that I reckon we could definitely get rid of, but I'd have to check with mum first before I can get rid of it, so I just put it back, but neatly. Anyways, we're almost finished. We're almost finished. I did have the garage open, but Rosie's favourite person was outside, so I couldn't leave it open any longer because she would find a way to get out. Like, she's very easily stopped because she's scared of so much stuff. Like, I literally just put the lawnmower in her path so she couldn't get through. But then when I was like obviously organising, I had to move the lawnmower, and she was fine. But then her favourite person came out, and I was like, well, this state of fineness is not going to last very long. But after all that spiel, we have, it looks messy on this half. Basically everywhere that was neat before is now messy just because it has to go away. It's just in piles currently. So this, ignore the wood and the umbrella. Well, actually no, I think the umbrella as well, is to go back in mum's car except that washing basket. Actually, I need that washing basket to take out the washing in a second. Then this is the rubbish pile. Everything in this is going in the bin. I do not care what anyone says, it's going in the bin. We do not use it. That is a WWE ring that is completely broken. I'm chucking it in the bin. That is obviously my laptop, my label maker, and my scanner. That's just there because it's obviously mine and it's gonna leave. This is going in our outside sport, oh, it focuses on my hand, outside sport storage compartment, because there's no need to have it in here if we have somewhere for our sports stuff to go anyways. This is what came out of Jack's, like there was like a container of like WWE wrestlers. That's what came out of it. A singular thong and a ball of socks and then like rubbish and a cloth. That is Jack's board shorts that were on a chair, and those were 2 pillows that were on a chair that I got rid of. This is also, this is my puzzle pieces that were in the back of mum's car, and I just chucked them here so the girls had more room. Anyways, oh, and some more rubbish. This is what the half that I cleaned is. So it's now all neatly pushed back instead of like expanding onto this side. We have the 2 chairs with the folded covers on top of them. This is all of our like tools for like the backyard. The 2 lawnmowers we had. Why we have 2, I do not know. Then we have moving boxes from my auntie and uncle when they moved here. We just have them so that like if they move again or we move or whatever, we have boxes. In that thing down there is just a bunch of tissue paper, which in my opinion is a waste of a box, but whatever. On top are all these like chemicals that were on the floor. I do not know what they were for. I'd have to check with my uncle about that. So I've just put them on top of the box instead of having a pile on the floor and space on top of the box. So I put that there. And then this is all what it was before. That's like a suitcase and our old pictures that we took off the wall and whatnot. 1,000 golf clubs. I do not know why we have so many, and we don't have like a caddy to hold them in. So whatever. This is still messy, but like that butcher's paper is gonna leave. But like, you know what, beggars can't be choosers. Then we have the piece de resistance, the whole reason I started this entire endeavor, behind this door. This used to be our timeout space. We have the underneath, which to the naked eye looks messy. I'm sorry, it does. Like there's actually no way to make this neat. I do not remember what this looked like before. I know it was a mess because there were boxes pulled out and whatnot, but yeah. Anyways, Jessica's 3 picture frames that she bought, put the pictures in and they didn't work properly, so she doesn't use them, which I've just leaned up against all of this, which I didn't actually organize the games unit because it's just a mess. Like there's no way to organize it. We have this inflatable on top. I don't know if it works or not, so I've just left it in there until I have like the patience to blow it up and test it, because like if I blow it up I don't want to deflate it again, so I'll blow it up when we actually want it and then deflate it later. This is the tree bag. the literal bane of my existence, like the actual bane of my existence, because it's just a loose bag. There's no structure to it, and then it's got a tree in it that has no structure to it, so it's just flimsy and it doesn't fit anywhere well, and like some parts have more than other parts, so it kind of bulges, and it's just not not the vibe. Okay, not the vibe. So I want to find like a box that's like more that's better. It used to live in the cardboard box that it came in. We got rid of that about, I think it was 2 years ago now. It used to live against this wall or against like that corner or whatever. So much better because it actually like stood. The only issue was it's really hard to hold a giant box, and also every year we added another layer of tape that had to be cut. But I think we could definitely find something that fits. I don't know what, but something. And then I was like, maybe I could put it in a storage box. I don't think it would fit in a storage box, just simply of how fat some of the things are. I highly doubt it's fitting in a storage box, but when we take out the tree, I'm going to measure it and I'm going to see if I can find a box that it'll fit in for when we pack it down. And then hopefully other stuff can go in that box with it that's got to do with decorating the tree, and we can alleviate some more storage space. Not that we really need any. There's like plenty of stuff in here. So much of the stuff you won't be able to see because of the tree and the sports bag. If you take the tree out, it looks so much neater. Anyways, back to the tour. I put the vacuum in here because I think the vacuum should live in here, not low down in the garage because it looks messy. Then hanging up, we have my baubles, and we have a plastic bag with all of our St. Paddy's things in. Of course labelled, or you can't see the label. Labelled. And a sleeping bag that I want to get rid of because nobody uses sleeping bags. We have Jack's cricket bag also in here out of the way so it's not on the floor. A Santa costume, I'm telling Mum to get rid of it. A Merry Christmas sign. And then this box actually has a whole bunch of suitcases in it, which I didn't know. And then the whole rest of this, like underneath all of this, is just boxes on box, like containers, like those type of containers. They've all been labelled. When we take all the Christmas stuff out, hopefully by then, I will have I made QR codes with the lists. I'm pretty sure I said that. For some of the, not for all of the boxes, because for some of the boxes it seems redundant to label them. Like they were like kids clothes, kids toys. I'm not going to label every single toy that's in there. There was obviously the suitcases. I haven't labeled what's in there. When we take out the Christmas stuff, I might even do like a photo inventory, just because I feel like sometimes the words might get lost in translation of what it actually means. Like joy, what is that? It's a Christmas ornament, but like I know that because I just watched that. I just wrote it down. But like there's boxes, they're all labeled. Every single box is labeled. Not all of them have QR codes. They might all have QR codes in the future, but for now they don't. But my idea was just so that literally if you took out the Christmas bag, there is enough space in there that you can slightly move the boxes and you can see what they say, and that way you can actually check what's in them. I also think I might do a QR code label on the front and the top, because some of the boxes you won't be able to probably access the camera down that low on the right angle for a QR code, but you could get the top, so I might do that. And yeah, that's this side organised. And the best part is you can hide it. Not that you really need to, because I made it nice and neat, but you can hide it. So I'm going to sort these piles away, and then the garage will be done. It is currently 5:40, so it took me 5 hours to do this, with a 4-hour break in between. Because it's under the stairs, I can't, I'm so hesitant to put a hook up or something that you could hang the bag off, because the bag has 2 handles in the middle. But I fear I wouldn't be able to hang it properly. And the last thing we need is the stairs falling out from underneath us. # new fear unlocked. Anyways, I'm going to pick up these piles and then, yeah. Now that I'm looking at it, I want to get this organized, and there's got to be a better way to organize that, because that looks crazy. But this is what I mean by just this is a mess. This is an organized mess. that's gonna go in a second, so don't even worry about that yet. But she was a very good companion. She did leave me the first time I was in here. She left, really rude. She stayed the second time, but I think that was just because I had the garage door open. Because my uncle came over. Well, he came over twice, actually. I didn't document everything, obviously, that I did. I actually didn't film the whole second half of me doing the garage, which was the pretty much the putting away the stuff. So, whoops. But yeah, it didn't rain today. I really thought it was going to rain today, but it has yet to rain, which is like good for the washing on the line, but not so good for the fact that I want it to rain. I shall update when I am either bringing the washing in or the garage is done. Okay, so it's now like a month and a half later. I never updated after that. But I did finish this. This is now all neat. As you can see, it's like 2 like zip up bags and then my mum's like gym bag. But this was an incredibly chaotic reset for the year, for November, I guess it was. It is now the middle of January, so I'm just now sitting down to edit this video finally. Yeah. As you can tell, I just kind of picked up the camera whenever I was doing something. I hope you guys enjoyed this November resets. We've just got resets galore. I kept doing resets and then not actually properly resetting, and therefore just stockpiling on videos. So, hope you guys like this one. I'm gonna try and do like resets for every month of the year, because I think it's just good to do resets, but that also could look like something else. Like I'm also thinking maybe I'll do like a weekly reset, but do it in short form, like TikTok version, rather than a big video. I don't really know. We shall see where the year takes us. Yes, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff that you guys know how to do, and I will see you hopefully in the next one. Bye bye.